have been lied to. From the very moment you were old enough to understand the meaning of the word good, society began a quiet, relentless campaign to make you manageable. They taught you that being polite was the ultimate sign of character. They told you that being helpful was the only reliable path to earning respect. But look around. Truly, look. Look at the men and women you actually admire. The ones who inhabit the rooms you wish you were invited to. The ones who command a room without raising their voice or even uttering a single word. Are they polite? Are they helpful in the way you've been taught to be? No. They are sovereign. While you were busy learning how to be nice, they were busy learning how to be expensive. While you were leaking your energy to anyone who happened to ask for it, they were building a massive, unscalable wall around their focus. You have spent your life trying to be a bridge, but the thing about bridges is that they are designed to be stepped on. Today, we are going to kill the servant inside you. Not because we want you to be cruel, but because we want you to be real. Think about your typical day. Think about the physical sensation of your life. The way you smile at people you don't even like just to avoid a second of awkwardness. The way you apologize when someone else bumps into you in a crowded hallway. The way you answer a quick question from a colleague that turns into an hour of your life you will never get back. You call it being a team player. You call it building bridges. You tell yourself that you are being supportive and kind. But let's be honest. What you are actually doing is begging. You are broadcasting a signal. You are telling every predator, every opportunist, and every low-value individual in your circle that your time has no price. You are announcing to the world that you are a public resource, free for the taking. Presence is not about being in the room. Presence is about the shadow you leave behind when you exit. We have spent the last few minutes diagnosing the sickness of the servant. We have looked at the cracks in your vessel. But now, we must look at the remedy. And the remedy is not more effort. It is not more work. It is not more engagement. The remedy is the void. The most influential people in history, the masters of the Medici courts, the titans of industry, the leaders who shaped the very fabric of our reality, they understood a secret that the people-pleaser will never grasp. They understood the architecture of absence. They understood that a man is not judged by what he provides, but by what he chooses to withhold. When you are always there, always reachable, always explaining your why to people who haven't even earned your what, you become small. You become a known quantity. And the human mind, in its infinite arrogance, has no respect for what it is already solved. If they can map your heart, they can control your pulse. If they can predict your presence, they can discount your value. Think about the most high-status person you have ever encountered. Not just someone with money, but someone with gravity. Do they answer their phone on the first ring? Do they give you a 3-paragraph explanation when they can't attend an event? Do they rush to fill the silence in a conversation with nervous laughter and meaningless small talk? No, they simply aren't there. And even when they are physically present, a part of them remains unreachable. They carry a coldness with them that acts as a barrier that forces you to lean in, a barrier that forces you to work for their attention. They understand that every time they choose not to appear, every time they decline an invitation without an excuse, every time they let a message sit unanswered for 12 hours, their value increases. they are creating a vacuum. And the human ego, which is a loud and fragile thing, is absolutely terrified of a vacuum. When you stop providing the emotional labor people expect, you create a gap in their reality. This is where your power begins. In your current life, you are the one filling the gaps. You are the one smoothing over the awkward silences. You are the one making sure everyone else feels comfortable. You are the lubricant in the machine. Stop. Let the silence hang. Let the awkwardness settle into the room like dust. Let other people feel the weight of the gap you have created. When you become cold, when you become silent, people begin to project their own insecurities onto your absence. They start asking themselves, what did I do wrong? Or why does he seem so distant? Or what does he know that I don't? By doing nothing, you have forced them into a state of psychological effort. You have moved from the person who is trying to the person who is being. You have become the destination. Mystery as currency, the Gracian Protocol. In the higher circles of society, information is the currency of the servant, but mystery is the currency of the master. 300 years ago, a man named Balthazar Gracian wrote a manual for survival in the most dangerous courts in Europe. His rule was simple: do not show your cards. He believed that you should never let people see the limits of your talent or the depths of your intentions. If they know exactly how far you can go, they know exactly where you can be stopped. If they know your bottom, they no longer fear you. Being cold, being distant, is your shield. It is the refusal to be mapped by the average mind. Think of the blue light of your phone at 3 in the morning. Think of the impulse to check in. Think of the need to be liked by people you don't even respect. This is the digital leash, and every time you tug on it, you are signaling your own domesticity. You are showing the world that you are a pet, not a predator. The architect does not check in. The architect is found. Stop telling people your plans. Stop explaining your why. If you aren't going to do something, simply do not do it. You do not owe the world a justification for your existence. The sovereign mind does not seek permission to be. It simply is. We are expected to be on 24 hours a day. We have become slaves to the notification. But the elite, the truly influential, they understand that accessibility is the enemy of influence. They are digital ghosts. You cannot reach them unless they want to be reached. You cannot find them unless they want to be found. When you answer every message instantly, you are telling the sender that your time is worth less than their curiosity. You are telling them that they can interrupt your flow, your focus, your life at any moment they choose. You are training them to disrespect you. I want you to try something today, something small, something cold. The next time someone asks you a question that isn't an emergency, do not answer. Leave it for 6 hours. Leave it for 24. Feel the itch. Feel the people-pleaser inside you screaming to make it right. Feel the fear that they will think you are rude. Let that fear burn. Because on the other side of that fear is respect. When you finally do answer, your words will have weight. Why? Because they weren't guaranteed. Because they were a choice, not a reflex. Absence is the ultimate declaration of self-worth. It is the physical manifestation of the sentence, "My time is more valuable than your comfort." It feels lonely at first, I know this. It feels like you are losing people, and the truth is, you are. But you aren't losing friends. You are losing the weight that was keeping you at the bottom. You are losing the people who were only there for the discount version of you. You are clearing the room so that the right people, the people who actually have something to offer, can finally walk in. Imagine a vast, empty estate. Marble floors, cold air, silence. It is intimidating. It is grand. It is exclusive. Compare that to a crowded, noisy marketplace, where everyone is shouting for attention, where everything is cheap and plentiful. Which one do you want to be? You have spent your whole life being the marketplace. Today, you start building the estate. You start laying the first cold, hard stones of your new identity. In the next section, we are going to look at the filter of high society. We are going to discuss why niceness is actually a red flag to the influential, and how you can pass the tests they will inevitably set for you. But for now, stay in the void. Practice the art of not being found. In the higher circles of society, niceness is not a badge of honor. It is a red flag. It is viewed, often subconsciously, as a lack of discernment. When you walk into a room and you are nice to everyone, when you agree with every opinion, when you laugh at every joke and offer your help to every stranger, you aren't signaling goodness. You are signaling a lack of value. Think about what it means to be agreeable. It means you are pliable. It means you are easily moved by the emotions of others. It means your internal compass is calibrated to the approval of the room, rather than the truth of the situation. To a person of high influence, an agreeable person is a liability. If you are nice to everyone, if you agree with every person you meet, then your approval is worth absolutely nothing. A man who likes everyone is a man who has no standards. He is a man who cannot be trusted with a secret because he is too afraid of the silence that follows a refusal. He is a man who cannot be trusted in a negotiation because he will trade his empire just to avoid a moment of friction. The powerful don't want a yes man. They have plenty of those. They pay people to agree with them. What they are looking for, what they actually respect, is a peer. And a peer is someone with teeth. Someone who is willing to be cold. Because coldness is the primary proof of self-respect. Imagine a diamond. Why is it precious? Is it because it is soft? Is it because it adapts to its environment? No. It is the hardest substance on earth. It is unyielding. It is cold to the touch. It cannot be shaped by anything other than its own kind. If you want to be a diamond in a world of glass, you must stop being so clear. You must become hard. You must become a person who is capable of saying no without a hint of apology in your eyes. Think about the velvet rope at the entrance of an exclusive club, or the high walls of a private estate in the hills. People on the outside look at that rope and they feel resentment. They think the rope is there to be mean. But the rope isn't there to be mean. It is there to protect the frequency of those inside. If that rope disappeared, if every person on the street was allowed into the inner sanctum, the club would lose its value instantly. The energy of the room would dissipate. The conversations would become average. The focus would become diluted. You are the club. your boundaries, your selective coldness, your refusal to be easy. That is your velvet rope. When you are cold, you are signaling to the world that not everyone is allowed in. You are showing the world that you have a filter. This is the exact frequency that attracts high-circle influencers. When they encounter someone who isn't impressed by them, someone who isn't desperate to please them, someone who is willing to sit in a long, heavy silence rather than offer a fake compliment, they don't see rudeness. They see a peer. Desperation is a scent, and it is a scent that the powerful can detect from a mile away. Most people walk into a room of influential individuals and they are leaking. Their body language says, "Please notice me." Their constant nodding says, "Please like me." Their eagerness to be helpful says, "Please find me useful so I can stay." This is the scent of the servant, and it is a scent that drives the powerful away, not because they are cruel, but because they don't have time for the needy. They are looking for allies, not anchors. They are looking for people who can hold their own weight, not people who are looking for someone else to carry it. By killing the people pleaser, you aren't becoming a hermit. You are becoming a destination. You are moving from a public park that anyone can walk through to a private estate that requires an invitation. You are moving from the marketplace, where everything is loud and cheap, to the gallery, where everything is silent and expensive. Imagine walking into a high-level meeting. Everyone is talking. Everyone is trying to prove how smart they are. And then there is you. You are sitting back. You aren't nodding. You aren't smiling. You are simply observing. Your face is a wall. Your energy is contained. You aren't being rude. You are being expensive. Every person in that room will eventually look at you. They will wonder why you aren't performing. They will wonder why you aren't trying to win the room. And in that wonder, they will assign you more power than you could ever earn by speaking. Discernment is the ability to see the difference between a connection and a distraction. The people pleaser has no discernment. He treats every request as a mandate. He treats every stranger as a friend. He treats every opportunity as a gift. But the sovereign knows that 99% of the things that come across his desk are noise. To be cold is to be a filter. It is the ability to look at a person or an invitation and say, "This does not match my frequency," and to say it without guilt, to say it without explaining. Think of a master sculptor. He doesn't add clay to the statue. He removes it. He cuts away the excess. He chips away the stone that doesn't belong. He is cold to the marble, so that the masterpiece can emerge. Your life is that masterpiece, and your niceness is the excess stone. It is the padding that is hiding your true form. You must chip it away. You must be brutal with the hammer. You must be willing to let the pieces fall where they may. People will cry out. They will tell you that you've changed. They will tell you that you're hard. Let them. They are simply describing the loss of their own convenience. They aren't mourning you. They are mourning the tool they used to own. In the final section, we are going to look at the Sovereign Rebirth. We are going to discuss how to finalize this transformation, how to build a life that is so aligned, so cold, and so powerful that the world has no choice but to adjust to your presence. You have spent your whole life being a good boy or a good girl. Now, it is time to be a master. We have reached the end of the performance. We have diagnosed the sickness of the servant. We have analyzed the logic of the void. We have understood the brutal filter of the elite. But now, we must address the most difficult part of this journey. We must address the you that remains when the mask of niceness is finally stripped away. Most people fail at this stage. They learn the tactics, they practice the silence. They try on the coldness like a new suit of clothes. But deep down, they are still the same scared child begging for a pat on the head. They are acting powerful, but they aren't being powerful. Sovereignty is not a costume. It is a rebirth. Think about the sheer, exhausting weight of the life you have lived up until this moment. The constant performance, the constant scanning of other people's faces to see if they are happy with you. The constant editing of your own thoughts before they reach your lips. You have been a prisoner of your own empathy. You have been a slave to the peace of the room. Imagine, for a moment, just letting go. Imagine the relief of no longer caring if you are liked. Imagine the freedom of being the difficult one. Imagine the power of being the person who simply does not participate in the drama of others. The sovereign rebirth begins when you realize that the nice guy was never you. It was a prison cell you built to keep yourself safe from rejection. But as you have learned, that cell didn't protect you. It only made you a smaller target. To be cold, to be sovereign, is to finally be honest. It is to say, this is who I am. This is my price. If you cannot afford it, there is the door. The moment you stop performing, you start living. There is a price for this rebirth, and I will not lie to you about it. The air is thinner at the top of the mountain. As you become colder, as you become more selective, as you stop being the useful tool for everyone else's convenience, your circle will shrink. The people who were only there for the discount will fall away. They will call you arrogant. They will tell others that you've changed. Let them. The marketplace is crowded and loud, but the estate is quiet and empty. You cannot have both. You cannot have the loyalty of the masses and the respect of the elite. Think of the great thinkers, the great leaders, the great architects of history. They were often alone, not because they couldn't find company, but because they wouldn't settle for average company. They understood that their energy was a sacred fire, and they wouldn't let just anyone warm their hands by it. This loneliness is not a punishment. It is a refinement. It is the process of removing the noise so that you can finally hear the signal. When you are alone in your coldness, you are finally in the company of the sovereign. And it is in this stillness, this absolute refusal to settle, that the higher circles finally find you. They recognize the frequency of the mountain peak because they are standing on one too. What does your life look like once this transformation is complete? It is quiet. It is focused. It is intentional. You no longer walk into a room looking for an in. You walk into a room because you chose to be there. You no longer explain your decisions. You state them, and you let the world deal with the consequences. When someone asks you for a favor that drains you, you say no, and you don't follow it with an excuse. You don't follow it with an apology. You let the no sit in the air like a heavy, cold stone. When someone disrespects your time, you walk away. You don't give them another chance. You don't discuss it. You simply remove your presence, because your presence is the most valuable thing you own, and you do not give it to those who don't know how to handle it. Imagine a master chess player. He doesn't move his pieces because he's nervous. He doesn't move them to make the other player feel better. Every move is a calculation. Every move is a statement of intent. This is your new life, a series of calculated movements, a series of sovereign decisions. You are no longer reacting to the world. The world is reacting to you. You have watched this video. That means the people pleaser inside you is already dying. If he weren't, you would have found it too dark. You would have found it too rude. The fact that you are still here, the fact that these words feel like a relief rather than an insult, means you are ready. But watching is not enough. Understanding is not enough. You must make a pact with yourself. Today,